that first year, so you guys acquired those 2 territories, and then you said you got close to around 1.2 over that next year. So that would have been about a 20 to 25% annual growth. So what did that look like tactically? I mean, was that just from hiring new people, or like what was your tactical or strategic approach that you did to increase sales by 25%?
We just worked together, and we just really were just playing on each other's strengths. I mean, we were slowly building the team at that point, but we hadn't made a lot of progress on that until really the end of that year, kind of going into the next year. So that was a lot of just us.
What were you doing different? What were you doing different? Because I mean, the other owner could have grown it by 20, 25%, and they weren't. So what were you doing that led to that growth?
I think one of the things was the folks we wanted from the owner was the sales person. So he was out there. He was just, one man show going out there. Adam and I, right out of the gate, we were both selling. So took Adam only a week or 2 to close his first deal. It took me a month. So I was getting a little panicky my own self, but got the hang of they could, customers can smell fear on you, right? So, but as soon as I got my confidence and all that, I got that first egg to crack, then, started going. But the quick answer is 2 of us were selling. And then I think we brought out our first consultant like midway through that first year. So there was some overlap there. And I was the first one to start tailing off on the sales side to start working on the other parts of the business, and basically the way we divided it is Adam was in charge of all the sales operations, and then I was in charge of the office and, office operations and all that. So that's how we kind of divided it. And then, bringing in the installers pretty quickly, and then got another installer later that year. So a little bit, kind of like, again, the monopoly thing, just going around the board and picking up properties and continuing to work. But the big deal was, that increase was because there was 2 and then 3 consultants out there selling against opportunities versus just the one that they had.
Well, and I'll add too that, not that they were doing a bad job. They were doing great for what they were doing. We focused really hard on trying to communicate with customers in every which way we could. Like, we were answering the phones live all the time. We weren't trying to use a phone service. Like, we were trying to do everything we could to make sure that, because leads are so expensive in our industry, that we were capturing that and then we were communicating really well. And that's kind of been the foundation for our growth in a lot of ways anyways, that customer experience part. But just the ability to make sure we're capitalizing on the leads and people calling in without them taking extra steps to get back to them, I think helped grow rather quickly as well. So focusing on the admin side, the customer experience, really got us going pretty quick.
Yeah. And did you guys both go full-time right away after the acquisition into the business?
Yep.
All in. I love it. That's amazing. If you enjoyed this short clip from the podcast, you can check out another short clip right here. Or if you want to watch the full episode of this podcast, you can watch that here. And remember, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.